text in the book is different than the text you're reading. I'm wondering which is the earlier. Are you reading an earlier edition? You're not reading directly from the book?
No, I'm not reading directly from the book. I think I took a couple of superfluous words out, like that. A word I hate too much of, that. And I think what I took it out is that I'll love till the end of time. And I took that word that out, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just... I'm always revising my poems, even after they're in a book.
Do you find they change when you get up to perform? Like if you memorize something, do you find that having memorized them, you end up dropping words and just, it's easier to say this way, and it's different, slightly different than the text sometimes?
Actually, what I've actually done, the poem that I do a lot of reciting at places called Wonderland, it doesn't rhyme, but I've got it all perfectly memorized, and I thought to myself, it might be nicer for the audience if it rhymed. So I've revamped it to make it rhyme in a lot of areas now. And I'm just going to, out of curiosity, I'm going to tell that to the audience next time I do it. And, see, they're not going to know. I'd have to do both.
Do you want to do it right now?
Well,
do you have it memorized? And you can
I have, but I haven't got the new part memorized.
Oh, okay.
The new part, I don't think I've done that, the new part.
But you have the poem with you? Or are you not sure?
No, I don't. I've just got the new one I'm going to do it. Cavalcade of Merriment with me that I've rhymed up.
Can I ask a question then that you've brought up rhyming? I've been hearing you read poetry for about 5 years now. And this book seems very different from the things that I heard you when I first heard you read, when you first became Poet Laureate on your first term. And it seemed more free verse. Not as much rhyme from the ones you read anyway. I haven't read the entire book. Has there been a change? Have you moved away from that, or do you go back and forth between it, or what changes in your?
I go back and forth. I originally started back in my early days, back in the 70s, all free verse. Everything was free verse. Mm-hmm. And when I first ever started rhyming was when I decided in 2009 I should probably get some structure. Huh. And if I get a little structure, then I can go back to my free verse, and I'll see if it makes a difference. So I made myself write 10 sonnets. I said, I'm going to write 10 sonnets. I'm going to make sure I do them. I did them wrong, by the way. My pentameter was not right. But after, I hated it at first, and after number 10, I thought, I kind of like doing this. So I continued writing sonnets, and Libros Libertad ended up putting out a book of sonnets that I'd written. But then I went back to my free verse, and I found my free verse became even freer. Imagine that, after getting structure. Yeah. But you'd think it would tighten up my free verse, but it loosened it even more, which is very, very interesting and nice. I find it much easier to write free verse than rhyming, but I find rhyming satisfies a lot of people in the public, so I try and for performance reasons, to write maybe 20 rhymers a year.
That's interesting.
About 20 rhymers a year. The rest is all free verse, because free verse comes naturally to me. Rhyming doesn't. I got to work at it a little harder.
Go ahead.
When you were in the band, were you one of the lyricists, or?
Yeah, I was actually a songwriter, singer-songwriter, and bass player.
So were you using rhyme then, or?
Yeah, and songs always rhyme. Because I have my chorus. You start off, and then you've got your chorus, your bridge, your verse, bridge, chorus, the instrumental, back into a verse, chorus, and out.
Much more constructive.
Yeah. So it was the song, but see, a lot of times different people have said to me, and I'll probably get in trouble for this comment, but it's how I feel, so I'm getting old enough now that I don't give a crap.
That's right, that's right.
A lot of people will say, oh, well, writing songs is a lot like writing poetry. There's like, to me it's like a frog and a lion. That's the difference between it. Not even slightly similar to me.
They both have 4 legs. That's
yeah. To me, it's not even similar. I mean, to writing a song is so far removed from writing a poem. To me, they're just 2 different animals.
Yeah, I have a friend. His name is Tony Brown, and he feels the same way. He writes music and he writes poetry, and he says that they're completely
totally
different. Even if the words are rhyming and all that sort of stuff, it's still a completely
whole different animal.
thing,
Different animal. In the poetry, when you're rhyming, you're appealing to your senses and your use of words and how it comes across. In songs, when you're writing, you're appealing to the commercial value. What's going to sell? What's the general public going to like? If I got a good beat, got a catchy lyric, it's something they're going to remember, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really being true to yourself. You're really writing more, you know. You're looking for a hit song.
Mm.
You're not looking for a hit poem because you're never going to find one of those.
So that's pretty much all the time we've
Yeah.
got for this time. Thanks so much for being our guest today.
My pleasure.
I'm totally. Well, we were talking beforehand. I can't believe it's been like 4.5 years since you've been on. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, and you have a brand new book called Merging Dimensions,
Yes.
and it's on Ecstasis Editions, and that is spelled EKSTASIS Editions, and you can find them online. Will you be having some copies at the Cavalcade of Merriment?
I've never taken copies to any of those because it's kind of like a fundraiser.
Yeah, so you don't have to
I
go
sort of don't think I should be doing that, so I don't take them with me there. But I've got another launch coming up in September the 3rd out in Maple Ridge, but that's kind of a close thing for a big party out there. But I will have my books with me where I go in future from now on. I'll pack them with me just like a six-gun slinger, a poetry
Whatever
slinger.
dimension you travel in.
It's like you have to meet you in the right dimension in order to buy it.
Yeah.
So the August 16th is a time that you can see Candice James in person on stage at the Cavalcade of Merriment. 7 o'clock, 7 dining lounges when it gets started at 7, but it'll probably get started a little bit later than that, I would imagine, and then it'll be a whole evening show, and that is to raise money for Pivot Legal Society. Also coming up this Sunday, Sunday before August 16th, August 9th, at 3 o'clock at the Wise Hall is Jamie Reed's Celebration of Life. Jamie passed away about 5 weeks ago now, I think it was, and time passes. And the Celebration of Life will be this Sunday at 3 o'clock at the Wise Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, right there in front of you. It's Magpie Ulysses this coming Monday, featuring the Vancouver Poetry Slam. Is there poetry in the park tonight?
Wednesday night, yes, there is.
Yeah, if it's raining, they're going instead.
Just inside behind the Arts Council, right behind the man show.
Okay, I think Sonia Littlejohn is one of the readers.
That's right,
this
it's
evening.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis Bolin and Timothy Shea, I believe it is.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think so. I'm still not quite back from my jet lag, my car lag.
Yeah, you traveled across Canada with this whole book.
Back and forth 26 days.
Wow, yeah, it was interesting seeing your posts from the road.
It was fun.
So that's about it. That's all the time we have today. I'm Pam Bentley.
I'm R.C. Weslowski. Thanks again, Candice. And even though you never heard him, thanks for Ken for being here in the back. He's videotaping this whole thing. Where will this be up on your website, or where else?
Yeah, I'm going to go on to the archives or whatever it's up on. What do you mean the
yours? The video.
Yeah, the video. Ken will convert that down to a better size, and then I'll title it, and then we'll put it up on the YouTube, which I will attach to the Facebook stuff, and then the link will be right there for all the world in this dimension and others.
Sweet.
Pictures to come.
So thanks for tuning in. This has been Wax Poetic on Co-op Radio, CFRO 100.5 FM. No Apologies Necessary is coming up next.